I love TVRs. Absolutely love them. One of these things came into the room and patted you on the back, all your teeth would fly out. Look at that, straight past the Diablo. The only problem is that really they're just too fast to be proper British sports cars. I mean, with the roof down, 50 feels like 150, so what's the point of actually doing 150? Didn't feel like this. The MGF is much slower, but I like it a lot. The only problem is that it's a bit limp of wrist. I think if it were a person, it would be called Julian. Oh, now I've crashed. Come on, Julian. Come on, overtake this yellow car. Come on, Julian. So, what about the Elise? A surprising car, this, mainly because Lotus is still with us. The founder of the company, Colin Chapman, is dead. It was owned by General Motors, then it was owned by Bugatti, now it's owned by some Malaysian outfit. When they were designing the Elise, they didn't have any money, they didn't have a Grand Prix team, they didn't even have any dealers. I remember saying to them at the time, if that car sells, I will eat my shoes. You see, the thing is that Lotus had remembered what I'd forgotten, that the British like a bit of discomfort. Our plumbing is not bad by accident, we like it that way. We could get our trains to run on time, but we choose not to because we enjoy standing around on the platform, moaning. Britain is the S&M capital of the world. We're known everywhere for being kinky, fond of pain. And the Elise delivers this in spades. There are no carpets, and if you get caught in a rainstorm, keep going. Don't bother getting out and trying to put the roof on, because by the time you've done it, it'll be summer. The Elise concentrates on just one thing, being fun in an anodyne world.
What a good place to be. Don't believe I have. Cause it's big a different line of trying to never really happened to me. Don't believe I have. Oh no. Cause it's never been happened for me.
But the Elise is not the best British sports car. Because the Mazda MX-5 is. Yes, I admit it. It's not entirely British. In fact, it could be argued that it's sort of completely Japanese. But you see, the thing is, if you go to a Tokyo hotel and order bacon, egg, mushrooms, and so on and so forth, even though they're in Japan, they'll still call it a full English breakfast. Ideas travel. So I don't care where this car was designed or where it's made, it's still a full English sports car. The MX-5 kicked off the sports car renaissance, and ever since it came along in 1989, everyone else has been trying to beat it with more power, more wheel drive, more whiz-bangs, and more fancy gearboxes. But you can't beat the original recipe, a recipe that was written more than 60 years ago. Keep it simple. The Mazda has a not very powerful 1.8-litre engine at the front, where it belongs, not in the middle, and drive goes to the back, like it should. It's as complicated as wood. It only costs £14,000, so who cares if it doesn't have an electric hood and climate control? Bit chilly? Well, you're British, for heaven's sake. Wear a hat. When you see British people rolling around in the mud in the depths of winter, it's easy to understand why the cold, wet MX-5 has been such a gigantic success. We're just left with one question, really. How? How did the Mazda designers come up with a British sports car when they hadn't had the benefit of a cold, miserable, pain-filled upbringing? I think I have the answer. You know that game show over there where they all have their heads cut off while eating worms? Endurance? British public school system? Same thing, really.